Hello and welcome. Another night under the moon. There we go. That's the saying. I was thinking what I changed it to. Another night under the moon. We've got video games to play. In this spooky ween, we're playing Eternal Darkness. Get some more ambient lighting. All right, let's switch over to the game. Get going. All right, so we left off World War One. Peter Jacob. Archer, are you barking? Yeah, are you barking? Archer be barking? Ah, okay. Got the torch, saw that there's a hole there. And I'll refresh my shield. Do I actually have a melee weapon now? I do. Okay. And we want the trapper. Looking for a. I guess I can take that. Out of his soldier, a patient from the hospital, I slumped against the door. Trying to hide from the horror, he had barricaded himself inside the room before. So that's why we can't open. No. I thought I was gonna find the fuse in here. I can teleport away the body, but not the room. Tier 7. Room store used to store coal for use in the steam boiler that powers the cathedral's generator. Small piles are all that's left, and with the almost endless war, a resupply is. No circuit breaker. That's the other thing I need. Fuse appears to be missing. There's no sign of where it could be. I don't know where to begin to find that. Should be over here. Aurocath, Regormore. And then do I just feed the rest of the power? High level of that spell required. Need to recover that level. Aurocath, Sanity. Rock, Sanity. Oh. Can't do that tier. Okay. Probably need to spell at that level too. Deathlight. Not the other one. Area. Yeah. Spell 11. Shoot. After the magic has taken hold, the heavy oak doors revealed scratches and dents infest the wood, telling a long, dark story. It is missing its handle. There's no way to open it. Really check out over here. Got the torch here. Got a bunch of ammo. Sword. Sword was upstairs. Where haven't I looked? In here. Thought there would be something in those. Oh. I need to fight you. Characters don't tend to drop things. Unless it's a rune, then it's pretty obvious. But what I'm missing, I don't think is a rune. I have all the runes. Oh, that's the front door. So then in the basement? There's still something in the basement? Do I need to cast a spell somewhere? What am I missing? ammo. More ammo. Oh. I don't think I would have put that together. Use the lucky penny here. In a rush of inventiveness, Peter jams the lucky penny in place or the fuse. Amazingly, it works. The fuse has been replaced. Wouldn't have figured that out. Magic attack. And the magic attack. Okay. The way this guide is written, it's like you can use these abilities to get through the level. And then it's like you don't get that ability until you're towards the exit. Why tell me I can use that? Oh shit! Oh, an incredibly old but well-preserved pipe organ. The workmanship is quite exquisite, but borders on the grotesque. Tiny demonic figures hide within the swirling facade designs, almost invisible to the eye. Is it... Hey. Oh. Door handle. Take it? Yes. Fireworks and stuff going off. Wonder if the Mariners won. Let me go check really quick. Okay, yeah. Mariners won. It was what, the 14th inning? 15th. Jesus Christ, 15 innings. It's too much baseball. Doesn't appear to belong to any particular door. Just use it on all the doors. Even here. Yeah. Shit. I'm getting gun and rifle ammo. Oh shit. When you love threat. There's only one door. Seem much stronger. Lights are a bit brighter, I guess. Rat. I came from there. That goes to where Pius was sacrificing dudes. Let's go this way. this guy. Tattered letter. Third letter from Private Reginald Jackson to his love, Margaret. It's been 2 weeks since Haskell went missing. I'm afraid to go to sleep. More than once I saw shadows of people moving past my bed, peeking through the blinds to see a wounded soldier being taken from his bed, drugged and delirious in the dead of night, never to be seen again. As Haskell was. Perhaps I will be. What happened to them? I don't know. I'm afraid to ask what happened, for I know that I would surely be the next one to be taken to darkness. See? Shelf appears to be recessed in the wall. Hey, finding hall key. Okay. Back in here, I can save. Oh no, this is where the sacrifice happens, isn't it? Did I hit it? The dog is dreaming. The targeting in this is pretty nice. Milky blue bottle stands on the altar. Magical elixir. And then that. Restore all of Peter's magical energy. Okay. Want to load all my weapons. Then I need level 9 enchant item. Into a bore. I have to fight that guardian. Yeah, poor Paul Luther didn't stand a chance. Peter Jacob. He might be able to do it. Okay. Soldier's cold and stiff body lies sprawled on the steps. Peter attempts to flip the corpse over to discover his identity, but all that is left of the man's face is a ruined mass of eat. I mean, you can see his face. Not that bad. Stubble going. Same thing. Magical attack. Oh, would it be here, of all places? Here in this corridor. How am I going to need that? Incantation saturates an area with aligned magical energy, inflicting massive damage to all enemies within its influence. Its magic will affect both large and small. Even the greatest of enemies are made of small parts. Antorbach Red Gorm. I already know it. Put it on the Y. Field left. Field right, damage field left, recover up. Magic attack. Okay. Feels like boss fight time. Fact. Magic rifle. Yeah, this is it. Corridor is ended by an elaborate door decorated in a manner much different than the others within the cathedral. Peter senses an unbearable evil beyond that door. When he reaches it to open it, fear creeps into his gut and begins to eat at his soul. Open the door. That's what I need. Oh my god! Escape.
Are you trying to fight
Trying
me
to fight.
or entertain me, little one?
Do I need same alignment?
Enter my heart, set apart.
Rifle's no longer enchanted. I need a cheaper version of the attack spell. Oh god. Hey, that hurt him. Gotta be when he's charging. Okay. magic.
Tear Pargon. Attack Zelda Pargon.
It's the second phase. Zambonis.
Attack Zelda Pargon. Tear Pargon. Attack Zelda Pargon.
Sure how to damage him in this state. Ouch.
Tear Pargon. Attack Zelda Pargon.
Ow. Great, now what? Restore some sanity. Cool. We killed it. I don't think anyone else was really going to stand a chance against that. Hello, pulsating partner. Easy. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's claim our relic. With the guardian of Zelatoth vanquished, and the stained glass that kept it hidden lying in pieces, the essence of Aturga is now liberated. Its magic beckons to Peter, calling to him. He approaches cautiously. Peter retrieved the essence of Chaturga? Haven't heard them pronounce it yet, so. Zelatoth, at least, I've heard them say it. Your first time took you 15 minutes to beat that boss? Yeah. I mean, it is a bit of a puzzle being like, all right, gun isn't damaging him. Gun enchanted red isn't damaging him. Gun enchanted green isn't damaging him. They did just give me a damage spell. Damage spell isn't damaging him. When do I attack? So yeah, running around for a bit, and I'm like, okay, he's recharging. The second that he starts recharging, then I cast it. Second round is the hardest until you realize magic attack has no range. Oh, it has no range limit. Yeah, okay. I didn't know how close he needed to be, and when you got closer, he just kept doing those bursts. But I seem to have luck once I realized if I tried to get all 3 zombies with a magic attack, that would be about when he was vulnerable. But yeah, it takes a little bit to figure out. You can attack the zombies on the boss in 1 hit from a distance. Yeah, so once I started backing up and trying for that strategy, it started to work. The 7-point attack you cast when 21st, the second or first zombie, the first zombie, fully rises up. Yeah, that makes sense because that gives you time to charge all 7 and then fire it. I did okay with the level 5 though. All right, let's see here. Peter reaches out for the artifact, but pulls away as he feels like its corrosive magic close on his hand. Wrapping his hands in a shred of clothing, he carefully lifts the artifact from its resting place. What grisly end are we going to meet now? 69 years? Oh no, he lived.
And that was how I came by it. I know it sounds crazy, but there you have it. The only proof I have is that statue.
It's a strange one. I've seen one like it before.
You have?
Yes. Very rare, though. Very obscure.
I've had experts take a look at it, and none of them know what it is. And you do.
I'm somewhat of an expert on these things myself. An interest I developed a long time ago while I was a young man.
Then you should keep it. Lord knows I have no interest in it. I'm sure it's the cause of my sleeplessness. I keep thinking about it, as if it's calling out to me.
Then a drink, perhaps. For the gift. For an unusual objet d'art.
Well, he has it in the house. That means Ulayoth? Ulayoth? The blue one is unaccounted for. Having stopped reading, Alex discovers a small penny taped to the back of Peter's chapter page. You would notice that when you first pick up the chapter page. Lucky penny. He went back and pulled it from the fuse. We need to fix that. Second one healed a lot more than the first. And get a save in. Yeah, Roberto had picked up the blue one, but he got buried. Was it still in Persia? Check around here. Cambodia. Because last time I left and the thing was right here. Let me check the penny. Whoever holds a penny will undoubtedly receive good fortune. And message. I can use it. Pennies won't work now in a fuse box. No longer copper. Yeah, the percentage of copper in them is been diluted so much. Because essentially the copper they were minted with was worth more than the penny itself.
Help me! Please help me!
Yeah, there's ghosts now. Can I talk to you?
I can't get the blood out!
Okay. On the basement key. I mean, that kind of tells me where to go, right? You need to go to the basement? I haven't done whatever this is yet. And I don't think a penny's going to help me here. It literally just gave me the basement key, so I need to go to the basement. Ah! Barrel! Stockpile Edwards Port, one of his many eccentricities. His taste for port went hand in hand with his appetite for knowledge. No doubt his guests were fueled by his little cachet. Shotgun. Else? Yeah. Super shotgun. Oh. Fuse box. Wonder what we do here. Oh no. Fuse box and circuit breaker array situated upon the wall. All but one of the fuses are intact. The absence of this one is suspicious, and until it is replaced, the circuit connected to it is useless. And then I could go upstairs. What's in here? Safe is large and old-fashioned, made in the days when security was derived from the heavy metal construction rather than the secure locking mechanisms. Doesn't look like it would be too difficult to break the combination. Only Alex had a stethoscope to hear the tumblers more clearly. That's the bad door. That's where the kukui lives. You don't go in there. I don't know. Growing up, the house I grew up in, we had a basement, and there was that door. You never went in there. You don't open that door. You don't go in there. Don't know what's in there. Never wanted to find out. She gets electrocuted. How'd that show up there? Home maintained fuse box. Lucky Penny is jammed in place with one of the fuses, closing the circuit. I think, you know, I went back to that house years later. And I did finally see what was in that room, and it was just a chair. Big empty room. A chair in it. Old wooden chair. Nothing else. Like turned away from the door, and I was just like, this is somehow worse. Somehow this room got worse. Journal of Maximilian Roivas. In the chest. Yeah. An antique medicine cabinet hangs on the wall. Its wood is stained from years of use and the ambient humidity of the room. Did Alex open it? Can I? A chapter page. Previous. Legacy. Castlevania?
You are not free to leave this plane until you complete a task for me. You are to hunt and kill the master of this house. Do this one thing, and you will be free. Else fear the wrath of Zelatoth. Everything is complete for your arrival, Master. Now we must wait for the planets to align, and that is not too many years from now. Another Roivas has crossed our path. This time, we will not be so merciful.
Mercy has no place in this world. It has only a place for me.
He will meet such a horrible death that the rest of the line will never set foot in his house again.
Pray to me that they don't. Pray to me anyway.
That's how Grandpa died. Still don't have a way to open the steel door over there. Page from Maximilian Roivas' journal reads, I sought to love all, yet now love causes me pain and suffering. I have learned to fear nothing, although it is nothing that I most fear. All that were loyal to me now number among my worst enemies. Going into this one, what do we need? Oh, it's going to be Edward?
My education in psychiatry did not prepare me. I would love to see how Freud's view of his mother would change with the knowledge of Chaturga. How Skinner would
Chaturga.
incorporate Zelotharth into his behaviorist theories. How Jung would accommodate Ulioth into his theory of the collective
Ulioth.
unconscious. Like my ancestor Maximilian, I too had an interest in my family tree. As a psychiatrist, I believed that science could provide answers into my family's sordid, bizarre past. It was with great excitement that I began my search. The mansion's history was filled with my colorful predecessors. Everything from convicted and hung witches to committed madmen, each laying their own peculiar mark on its character. I intended to find their secrets.
Save servants. Liquid courage. Magical elixir to power one's spirit in the face of adversity. Bottoms up. Regain sanity. Funny. An old family history rests on the mantle, as if used recently. Old musty book bound in dry, dusty leather. This book covers the early history of the Roivas family, dating back before the settlers in this land. There appears to be something pressed between the pages. Minute hand of a clock. Why is that in there? Strange, isn't it? Doesn't have the observatory. Ghost.
You know who I am, Edward. Although you are doing your best not to believe it, I am, or was, Maximilian Roivas, your ancestor. I died in an asylum after trying to warn the world. The pain and anguish I felt in that cell has empowered me to linger after my death. I must complete what I started, Edward. The darkness must be stopped, or all of humanity may end. Set the clock to the 33rd minute of the 3rd hour.
Magic pool. Haven't used that yet, though. Looming grandfather clock stands ominously in the corner, gazing on the empty room with an almost patriarchal air of its own. Ghost asks Edward to set the clock. There are no hands. One. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sneezes. Always locked. Look at 333 still. Edward nears the servant stops, mumbling to herself, and asks him if he thinks the weather will clear up before the solstice. First finds the reference to the solstice rather odd and ponders its difference. Did you not hire these people? With no one living in the house for a long time, it's no wonder the pantry's empty. Edward lives out of the refrigerators. Eek. Grandiose kitchen fireplace with all the amenities of modern life hasn't been used in quite some time. Yeah. Edward has never learned the piano, but that has not stopped him from hammering away at the keys now and again. Very therapeutic. Perhaps one day he would learn it properly. Ooh, sword. Puttering around with the crockery, the servant informs Edward that the table has just been set for him, just as anti-cavalry saber, mounted on display on his display stand, gleams in the moonlight. And he really has no reason to pick that up. Bizarre decorated mantel frames the fireplace, adorned with odd sigils arranged in a circular fashion. It is unlike most of the art in the house. Perhaps this has some special significance? Stairs. Master. Shot. Master bathroom is woefully Spartan and only barely contemporary. It appears to satisfy the most practical of tastes, or perhaps someone who has their mind set on other. Got a bathtub, a sink, and a toilet. What else do you need? Elephant gun. I haven't even gotten one gun yet. Giving me options for 3 guns? Edward is reassured at the sight of the family gun cabinet, perhaps a priceless antique. He would rather not have to smash the windows to get inside. Leave the key. Leave the key. This book covers the recent history of the Royvis family, going back perhaps 150 years. There appears to be something past or pressed between the pages. Our hand. Okay. Be all I need then. Mansion's never really clean. Yeah. Well, they could be. This room was a holdover from the days when the servants were all residential. Living in the mansion. Rumor has it that the old servants' quarters were demolished. Hear that? Orbit out of place, stained glass window ends the hallway. Whoever put it here had an eclectic taste and confirms Edward's belief the mansion is more folly than original. it was coming after me. See? Touches. Three 30.
Take them and use them. They are humanity's only hope. Destroy the Guardians, Edward, and avenge my waste.
Who put this revolver here? Edward didn't know this room existed. And supposedly the last person to have used it would have been Maximilian in 1770, before the invention of revolvers or even bullets, our traditional bullets, um, all contained in the cylinder and everything. He was from the era of gunpowder into the muzzle. So how did he get a gun from 100 years later into this room? The Enfield Mark I Star revolver, introduced prior to World War One, the double action pistol with 6-shot top break cylinder. Enfield is chambered with .380 revolver ammunition. Did Orc pick up the tome? On the desk was the work of a madman, frantic scribbling on torn note paper that had somehow weathered the years. Were these Maximilian's ravings, laid out in choppy scrawls of ink, or the testament of humanity's savior, waiting to fuel battle against the Guardians? How does this stuff get in there? I thought Edward was the one who would have brought this stuff in during his research. This magic transfers the innate magical energy of the environment to the self. Limitless power of the ancients will be at your disposal for the duration of the magic. As the magic has been waned, you will be bereft of spiritual power. until it naturally seeps back into your ear and red gold. So you cast it, gain infinite magic, or infinite of the resource tied to the color you use. But then once you do that, it's spent. And then you have none of that no magic until you recharge naturally. Save. The tome, now what? Oh, she's a zombie. On health. So sorry. Chop your head off. All right. First things first. Shield up. Went this way. Back here. I mean, I only have the bottom portion of it, of the basement key. Update is apparently missing. Or am I going to be able to find the other part? Like he's wandering around. Oh, I got room. I need to hurry. And talking to the other one. Shit. He had it. Okay. Hell yeah. Elephant gun. Hold on. This function allows the character to change the fire selector on single or double. Creature gonna spawn next. In desperation to escape from Edward, the vampire creature drops the top half of the key onto the floor. Thank you. Broken basement key. It's gonna need more than that. Second time that thing's been repaired? Shit. Good time for my invisibility to run out. Round two. Where are you? Die, die, die. Summon horror. Okay. Scroll is host to an incantation written in a panic scroll of blood. It reads, "The bestial fury of the horror is unleashed by this magic. The horror's abilities are yours. Enemies may be crushed or rent apart, racked by magic. The spell should not be undertaken lightly, for its toll on the psyche of mortal kind is double shotgun." Getting some metal slug weapons here. Woohoo! Did I get everything up above? I think so. I did save, right? Run another one. refresh my shield too. Maximilian had not lied. The city is miraculous, glows in the darkness like an incredible jewel. The thought of what lies inside the Guardians of Zelatoth makes Edward shiver with fear. 9 great towers dwarf the surrounding city. Perhaps the towers serve as a focus, channeling the great tides of energy into the city itself. As Maximilian had mentioned, the ruins of the ancient city of Engah were parasitized by the Guardians. They had slaughtered the original inhabitants and fed upon them, laying waste to their civilization. Ghosts of the glorious past lie forgotten. The chitterings of the parasites echo amongst the remnants of their legacy. Like that the elephant gun is so powerful, it blasts them away. Edward can't handle it. Quite a bit. My controls are warped. order to pierce it? Shield is Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I was moving when I tried to cast it. I'll have to dispel his field. Yeah, 2 elephant gun shots at a time. Gonna destroy it. Trying to keep it in front, but yeah, had to move. Let's reload this. I'm good on everything else. Maybe a little health top off. Edward doesn't have a lot of health compared to other characters. These plinths look like the ones Pius had encountered in the Forbidden City, where he found the essences of the ancients. Edward would briefly wonders what their purpose could be. Put them all in there? What the hell is this? It would seem as though the array itself serves as a massive circle of power. Each switch around the perimeter of this room corresponds to a focusing tower where a rune may be scribed. Once a spell has been scribed in it, it is magnified by the array. Could this be the Guardian City's weakness? One could somehow remove the magic from this area. Makes sense. We've gone from 3 to 5 to 7 on our circle of power. There's 9 towers around the city. So if we do a dispel, level 9 dispel using each of those towers, ah, shit. Wasted that ammo. Gonna reset any of these? Let me not waste an elephant gun on those creep little crawlies. These spires appear to be focusing magical energy from a nearby source. Perhaps if a rune is marked on the spire, it will affect the flow of magic. The spires themselves serve as a circle of power. Ah, shit. clear what this room is or where I am. Bottom of the tower? Oh, shit. Is each rune gonna channel me to one of these? You fear? Oh, shit. We're gonna switch to shotgun. Yeah, it's nice having that damage field ready to go. And let's reload these weapons. Really gonna make me go around and light each one, huh? Could be area. Nethlek. Nethlek is the one I don't know. I think I tried this one last time. This one? Yes. Planting table. all yet. Where's that door? In the streets of the dam, blood flows along the channels gouged in stone, with the unfathomable purpose to nourish the city's parasitic denizens or to be used to fuel Zelatoth's dark magic. Going through, we're going to reload. Now some of these are going to be connected. Okay, I'll do one more. Obviously, he doesn't get to finish this, otherwise, it would have solved the issue. Or maybe he never got to turn it on? Grab the final rune? Here stands the remnants of a forgotten museum. Perhaps long ago, the alcoves, now sealed with clouded glass, would have been filled with the creatures and artifacts of lost Enga. Little. A little bit of everything, huh? Anyways. Somehow I don't have as much revolver ammo as the other weapons. Manning shotgun for now. Excuse me? Alright. Gonna be where we leave it tonight. Halfway through lighting this thing up. Yeah, another good session. Finished all Jacobs chapter. There we go. The World War I chapter. Moved into the 50s with Edward. Feeling like we're getting close to the end of the game. At least this first run. I think once I do this, it's maybe Alex has to deal with everything. That would be everybody in the book. Because Paul Jacob wouldn't be in the book. He didn't die from the horrors or whatever, right? Him and Edward Lindsay. Was that his name? Edmund Lindsay, the explorer. They're the two people who managed to get through this thing alive so far. Anyways, that's going to be it for tonight's session of Eternal Darkness. I'll be back tomorrow night, hopefully. To a wedding. But it should be over and we should be home before the normal stream time. But yeah, we'll continue Eternal Darkness Saturday and Sunday. Once we do one run through of the game, we're going to go through it again. There are, what, like 4 endings or something? Beating it each time with a different enemy guardian selected or ancient selected. So Zalatoth first, and then the blue one after that, and then the red one? I don't know. I don't know what's the recommended order. I just kind of picked green. And apparently that's the easy route. Oh man, because I know you get healing later in the other routes, from what I've seen in the guide stuff. But yeah, we're gonna keep going doing this. Been pretty enjoyable, and I don't know when I would come back to it, so I want to finish it. I want to get through this game, and yeah, finally have this experience completed. Um, so that might affect if we can get to Castlevania Legacy, Curse of Darkness. Sorry, Curse of Darkness. The second PS2 title. Those don't seem to take too long from when I've streamed them previously. I'm hoping I can get to it. We'll see how Eternal Darkness wraps up. Either way, once we get into November and end Spooky Ween, we'll be jumping to Hades 2. I've been practicing regular Hades 1 in the meantime, so I haven't seen much of anything on Hades 2. Just know there's 2 routes, there's new weapons, get new characters, some of the previous gods come back. But I don't know like any of the abilities, any of the bosses you fight. I'd be going into it pretty blind, so I'm excited for that. And then I'm going to start my Skies of Arcadia 25th anniversary playthrough. Be playing the Skies of Arcadia Legends version because I've played the Dreamcast version countless times. Literally countless. I really don't know how many times I've replayed that game. But the GameCube version, for some reason, is one I've never finished. Played all the way through, so I want to go through 100% the GameCube version. That'll probably take us the rest of the year, at least until Metroid comes out. That'll be the big new title we tackle next on this channel. But I just wanted to say thank you everybody for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. Shout out to Pulsating Pardoner. Hope you enjoyed tonight's session. And yeah, be back Saturday and Sunday with more Eternal Darkness. As always, you can follow me on YouTube and check out the VODs on there. Radiant Soul Gaming. We've got this whole playthrough so far. Recently tackled the entire Donkey Kong Country series. So Country 2, 3, Returns, Tropical Freeze. We did DK64. Bonanza is on there. I wanted to play all those before jumping into Bonanza. And I've also done a lot of Tomb Raider recently, Paper Mario's. Got a lot on the channel, so that's Radiant Soul Gaming. And as always, you can follow me as well on Blue Sky at Radiant Soul. Let me know. Have you ever played Eternal Darkness? What do you think of it? I've always heard good things about it, and yeah, it's pretty good. It feels like a great game for that era. Trying to think, what did you do to modernize it? There's a lot you can do. There's not a lot of design stuff in this that still held on to. It definitely feels like it's in between what Resident Evil was doing at the time and what action games were doing at the time. It feels like a middle route. Wonder what an elevated or modern take on this would be. Anyways, that'll be it for me tonight. So once again, thanks everybody. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, have a very spooky ween. Bye bye. Ooh, spooky.